6 ways of dealing with a distressed property. We have all seen such properties on our drive to work. The signs are unmistakable. A rundown home with a tarp on its roof, an overgrown lawn, boarded up windows. Many of these properties are vacant because they are unfit for living in. This exacerbates the lack of maintenance, and like a vicious cycle, the condition of the property goes from bad to worse. There is one such home that I pass by every day. It has vines growing on the side of the home that have now reached the roof. For owners of such properties, dealing with them is a significant hassle. The properties can't be sold in the retail market because banks won't lend money to buyers who are interested in them. The properties cannot be rented in as-is condition either. However, if there is a mortgage on the property, that still has to be paid. The taxes and insurance, those still need to be paid. Sometimes the county will issue citations to force the owner to restore the property. For property owners, this can be an emotional and financial strain. In case you own a property like this, here are 3 conventional ways and 3 creative ways of dealing with it. Here are the 3 conventional ways. Sell it as is. If the emotional drain is significant and you would rather get out of the property, consider selling it as is to a house flipper. You will not get top dollar for this, but it will stem the money drain and it will grant you immediate relief. You usually get your money within a couple of weeks and the problem property is off your hands. 2. List it. No matter what your friendly realtor told you, you can always list your property as is. This way, you will market your property to potential house flippers who are looking for such properties on the MLS. You will need a specialist realtor to help you with this. Finding a buyer may take longer and the commissions are typically higher. But when it's done right, this can be a good option to have as a backup. Rehab the property. If you have the money to rehabilitate the property, consider doing it. If you have a reliable contractor, this option can be a very good one to explore. After the rehab, you will be able to attract retail buyers who will pay market price. A potential downside of this strategy is that the holding periods can be quite long, and the holding costs can eat into your profits faster than I can say, boo. Here are the 3 creative ways. Rehab and list. This is an option we have put together and we don't know anybody in the marketplace who does this. We will rehab the property at our expense and list your property for you. It will be our money and our contractors. We charge 0% interest and you do not have to make any down payment. We will collect our money when the property is sold. This option gives you the highest value for your property without the heartache of you managing the rehab. It's like the best of both worlds, price and convenience. Owner financing. You can even sell your home with owner financing. If you have an existing mortgage, a new deal can be structured around it. You can get cash for your equity right now and the mortgage can stay in place. The advantage of this option is that the closing is usually faster and you get a better price for your equity in as-is condition. Lease option. You can even lease your home to a tenant buyer with the option for him to buy it at a later date. You would not be responsible for the repairs and the tenant buyer would take full responsibility for them. Until the day he decides to buy, you would collect the rent and gain the tax advantages of property ownership. Sometimes you can even negotiate a hefty down payment towards the purchase price. Conclusion. Each deal is unique. You should connect with a specialist to review which of these 6 options is a good fit for you based on a combination of your requirements and your property.